Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Top 10 Songs.
Philip.
Who's that? Butch Jones in the house today, showing off his wonderful shirt. Ever the Thin Lizzy fan over here.
Philip lineup love.
Tin Lizzy. I get a lot of Irish viewers who are like, you don't pronounce the name right. It's like Tin Lizzy, Thin Lizzy. Most of the world says Thin Lizzy. Exactly. If you're from Ireland, you say Tin Lizzy because you don't pronounce H's. That's totally fine. But don't expect us Americans to always fall in line with that stuff. Anyway, we're going off on a different tangent.
Another song.
So anyway, Butch Jones is here for our final installment of our top 10 songs that we're doing this week. This episode, we're going to tackle the mighty zztop. So we've been plotting this one for a while. We were just talking before we went on camera that looking at my list after I put it together, I'm like, man, that's some great songs. Holy cow, they got a lot of good ones. So many albums.
So many, yeah, right?
I'm sure you'll agree, though, the kind of the bulk of some of their best stuff probably is from like 70, 71 through the early 80s.
I'd say all of their is from the beginning to before Eliminator, honestly.
Well, yeah, I think, those Eliminator, Afterburner, and that kind of stuff, while there is a couple good tracks here and there,
right.
They went down a road that...
they got paid. They got paid for struggling.
Got to get paid, right?
Got to get paid.
But, I almost never listen to those albums.
Yeah.
Again, there's a couple good tracks here and there, but man, that was just taking a great band with a great formula and just kind of deciding we're going to make lots of money on these guys. And it worked.
It worked.
But for my money, if I want to listen to classic zztop, I don't play those albums at all.
Go backwards.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So you know how we work this. Butch will kick us off with his number 10. I'll do my number 10. We'll ping pong back and forth till we get to our number ones. Then we'll do some honorable mentions. So what do you got?
I changed my list at the last minute. Well, at least my number 10 anyway. So my new number 10 is Precious and Grace.
Ooh, yeah.
Man, Reverend Willie G, man. He's one of those guys, as I've gotten older, he just makes me smile every time I hear it. And when I was younger, being a guitar player and growing up in the 80s, it was fast this, fast that. And I always remember Robin Crosby from Rat in an interview saying, I'd rather listen to Billy Gibbons play 3 notes than to listen to someone play 1,000. And I didn't I got what he meant. I didn't agree with it at the time. But man,
as you've gotten older,
is
probably,
he right, man?
Oh, yeah. That tone, that nasty tone,
man.
and that sweet tone when he wants to, too, I don't know. It's something about that guy playing a Gibson Les Paul standard or custom, just like,
it does it.
Yes, absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so...
He's already starting to explain.
I do this occasionally. I pull a mulligan because I come up with my list, and then I come across one song, and I'm like, oh... How can I keep that out of my top 10? So I'm going to pull a mulligan today. I have a tie for number 10, so I got 2 tracks. Sorry.
See, I didn't know that I could do that.
Well, now you know.
Now I felt bad this morning taking this song out. Okay.
So tie for number 10, I got Blue Jean Blues from Fandango, which... one of my favorite slow blues tunes from these guys. Mm-hmm. And then from the first album, because I literally had this top, and then I went and listened to the first album again just a couple hours ago, and I'm like, oh, how can I not put Neighbor Neighbor in my top 10?
It's so painful.
Oh, it's so painful. So I said, screw it, I'm going to pull them up. So a tie for number 10. Neighbor Neighbor from zztop's first album and Blue Jean Blues.
See, people, I'm going to remember this mulligan thing for the next time. I didn't know anything about this. This would have saved me so much anguish at home earlier when I had to
you're not watching enough of the shows because I do this every so often.
That's true.
So that's on you, man.
Oh, man.
Well, now you know for
now
next
I
time.
know.
I try not to. I really try not to do this, but sometimes you have to, right? And it's like, so I was like, I can't leave Neighbor Neighbor out of this list. I love Neighbor Neighbor. So anyway, number 9 for you.
Well, staying with that same album, or one of those albums, staying with Fandango, Nasty Dogs and Funky Kings.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's a really good song.
That's what Gibbons is all about, is that nasty riffing like that, man. Yeah. Just nasty.
For my money, Fandango should have been a full-fledged studio album and throw away those damn live cover tunes, man. I mean, because the studio songs are
awesome.
Fucking good.
There was no need for that. Yeah, or maybe make a double record, do one full studio, one full live, or something.
Well,
like
actually,
that.
what they should have done is done an official live album from back in the 70s. So they never did that. That's what they should have done.
That would have fixed the problem.
That would totally fix the problem. Yep. All right, I'm going to go to Tres Hombres for my next tune. And this was not in my original top 10. And then I was like, you know what? That's got to be my top 10. Master of Sparks.
That is a cool song.
Right? That's kind of like got this weird little mysterious vibe and everything like that.
You see the voice that you put on when you talk about him?
Yeah.
You put the whole Billy kind of thing, and you have to.
Yeah, because he's so different, right? Yeah,
oh, my God. They were just so cool.
Great band. Great band, great guitar player.
Yes.
All right, what do you got?
Number 8 for me is Cheap Sunglasses.
Yeah, you got to have that on this list, right?
That's one of those songs that's on the radio still all the time, and I don't get sick of it. It is just a badass attitude to that song, man. Just, I
think that's the tune that actually really got me into this band.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's just because I remember hearing that on WPDH and thinking, who is this?
Yep.
And I was like, really? That's those guys with the beards? I love this, right? Because that tune is actually pretty heavy, or at least at the time, we thought it was pretty heavy. For all of us guys who were into metal back then, that was like kind of a bluesy rock that was heavy. Yeah. That was like, okay, this I like, right? You know?
Yep.
So, I dig that tune a lot.
Great tune.
And that's a really good album also. We're at number 8. I'm going to go back to Fandango. How about Heard It on the X? Right?
Well, I must have just
kind of funky, you know.
I'll piggyback because that's my 7.
That's number 7.
So that's going to be my next one.
So let's talk about that song. So I like the rhythms in that tune. It's kind of funky. It's got great grooves. It's got that nasty guitar playing. Man. Yeah, I just dig it.
The riffing in the slide solo.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That's.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was so excited to do this because that's. All of Gibbons stuff just makes you make that face when you're talking about him. It's just that you just scrunch up your face. It's just like it makes you feel so much. It's just so cool.
I will say, okay, so we've actually been plotting this to do ZZ Top for a while,
long time,
and we just have it's tough to get schedules together and all that kind of stuff. And this is the one I think that I was the most impatient to do because I really want to talk about the ZZ Top and just this whole back and forth. I mean, these are cool songs to talk about because it's not like it's you can talk about metal albums and all, but ZZ Top is like a different beast altogether.
Yeah.
And they've got so many different flavors going throughout their music, and it's like and all their songs are like so like. In a microcosm, so cool unto themselves. I don't know if you guys kind of get what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
here, but it's like I think you understand.
Absolutely.
So, Heard It on the X. It's just a really cool, different tune. So, anyway, I'm looking forward.
And
to
Dimebag and Pantera does a really cool version of that.
I don't know if I ever heard
it on X with Dime singing. So it's actually, I guess it's still Pantera, but
yeah,
that's
pretty
very cool.
That's pretty cool. All right, what do you got for number 7?
So that was my 7. So
that was your number 7.
Yeah, so I throw it back to you for 7.
Okay, so my number 7, going back to Tres Hombres, Precious and Grace. How heavy is that tune? That's like foot stomping, right?
It's like,
it's deep, right? It's like you hear that song and you feel it in your gut, right? You feel it in your bones.
It's hard to understand that ZZ Top was the band that did that and then could do Legs, not that far down the road.
Not that far, yeah.
A completely different thing.
Yeah, it's just like not even the same band.
Oh.
Yeah, that early ZZ Top stuff is real special. So, all right, number 6.
I have a feeling that this is probably on your list, too. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. Uh-oh, no.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, not saying anything.
That's it.
That's, again, I mean, all my songs are of those badass Reverend Willie G, just down dirty riff,
stomping, thumping, it's good stuff.
I can't stop saying the word badass.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely badass, totally badass.
Yep.
Speaking of badass, my number 6. Let's go to the Rio Grande Mud album, which I love a lot. Whiskey and Mama.
Wow, man, we have this. This might be the first one where we don't share too much. We got one already, but
we got one. There's more coming.
That's
Whiskey and Mama's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Another good, like kind of underrated hidden gem on their albums. Everybody talks about all the radio hits, but Whiskey and Mama, man,
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I dig it. Number 5. What do you
got? Now here's my deep one. I think again back to the badass Billy Gibbons, arrested for driving while blind.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's good. I like that.
Just man, I don't even know what
that's
to
a
say.
Ryan Scow favorite if he's watching.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
really?
He likes that tune a lot. Yeah, I dig that a lot.
That's again just makes you make that face every time you hear it. If it comes on in the car, he's like just like
it's gritty.
Gibbons. Yes,
right? Gritty. That's
gritty.
A lot of this stuff is really gritty.
Yep.
My number 5, Cheap Sunglasses.
So here we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great tune. Probably my first. And he did a lot of these really. It's funny. About 2 years ago, I was on this really big Billy kick, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, for like weeks I did this. I was like, I'm just gonna fart around on guitar and kind of dive into some of these classic Billy Gibbons, these zztop songs and these great Billy Gibbons riffs. And he did a lot of these really weird like chord voicings and things like that just like are like off the cuff and really different. It's hard to get that kind of same tone and come up with some of the same sounds that he did.
Yeah.
Really very unique player.
Absolutely.
But cool to kind of try and learn some of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So all right, where are we at?
That was my 5. Did you say 5?
I did. That was Cheap Sunglasses.
Okay, so for 4. So
yep.
So well, I guess we do have some stuff in common here. Blue Jean Blues is my number 4.
Yeah, that was my number 10. I love that tune. That's great.
Yep. Just again.
They probably didn't do enough slow blues stuff like that. For my money, I think, because they did it really, really well.
And what's great about this song is it's a down home, slow, gritty blues talking about losing his blue jeans. That's what I loved about ZZ Top. They always had humor. No matter where they were in their career, there was always humor all the way through everything.
Yep.
You have this awesome, deep, longing blues song about his girlfriend taking his blue jeans. And that is
because hey, you lose your blue jeans. That's a big deal, right? Especially if you only have one pair. And that song, man, that's a killer. Yeah, I dig that a lot. Yep. I dig that a lot. All right, so we're in my number 4. Gonna go back to Tres Hombres. Can you tell I like that album? Waiting for the Bus.
I think we all love that album,
right? Waiting for the Bus. Just a great riff, man. Just a great shuffle in that tune. I dig it.
Absolutely.
I think my top 4 are just like. Psh.
Yep. I think that's where our meetings are going to be here. It's going to be in these last ones here.
I think so. All right, number 3. What do you got?
Just Got Paid.
Yeah. Got it.
Just Got Paid.
Gotta get paid. Right?
Gotta get paid. Givens, man. He doesn't. I think he's known as a legend, as a guitar legend, but I still don't think he gets talked about enough.
And that's one of the coolest riffs of all time. And I probably play that on guitar. Like if I plug in
first thing
a couple, I always play. I play that all the time. Everybody has that little kind of riff thing you play when you first start warming up and everything like that. I love playing that song.
That is a badass riff.
It is. It's totally cool, and it's amazing.
Yep.
Cool. All right, my number 3. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, once again from Tres Hombres.
It's a great fucking record.
And that's another one of those tunes, I think, when I first... All right, so if I'm going back in time, I first started getting into ZZ Top with Cheap Sunglasses, but then I remember the first time I heard Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, I was like, that's even heavier. Holy crap, I love this. Where has this band been all my life, right?
You ever heard Van Halen do that? Van Halen used to do that in the club days. I've got bootlegs of that, but then they actually played that live.
Wasn't there like a sound check recording of that or something like that? Because I know I've heard it.
But they played that live, like I think on Women and Children First tour. They were playing it live.
That's
badass.
Very cool. Yeah, totally. That's a great tune. Just a great tune. It's great riffs in that. The groove. I mean, and they had such great grooves on their tunes. Those two guys, man, what a rhythm section. Very underrated. I often get discussions with people about the best rhythm sections ever, and everybody talks about, Bonham and Jones and, Moon and Entwistle and, all the normal suspects. Yep. But nobody ever mentions.
No one. Frank Beard, man. He's
Beard and Dusty, man. Nobody mentions those two guys. It's but very underrated.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
All right, you're up. The final 2.
I haven't. Well, I'll get back to my reason, but I have a reason why I have my 1 and 2 the way I have them. So number 2 is Jesus Just Left Chicago.
Yeah, I dig it.
If you've heard the song, you understand.
Yeah, it's a great one. I love how those two tunes kind of segue into each other too, which is great.
Yep.
And that opening little line of his in that song is just great, man. It's just such a liquidy stinging guitar. It's just great. Again, making that face.
I'm making a face.
Yep. Something about a Les Paul guitar, man. I love it.
Pearly Gates, boy.
I love it. All right, my number 2, Just Got Paid from Rio Grande Mud. Again, classic for a reason.
I spoke too soon. We're not going to have that many in common.
We had a lot in common, actually.
It's like 7 in common almost.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Although I don't think our number ones are going to be.
No. Well, because you already said my number one. My number one is Waiting for the Bus.
Yeah, Waiting for the Bus.
Because it has to go from Waiting to the Bus
to Jesus
and Jesus Left Chicago. So I had to have those like that for sure.
It would have been cheating, but what I almost did is because my Waiting for the Bus was always going to be on this list, and I was going to put them two together because they kind of...
It's one, yeah.
But that's kind of cheating because they're both like 3-4 minutes long. I'm like, that's not really...
Trust me, I thought about that too.
Well, you could make an argument that it's like they go hand in hand.
They have to be played together.
Right. Yep. So, all right. So my number one is a very cool tune. It's from the first album. And this has been my favorite ZZ Top song for a long time. And not only do I love the tune, I love the riff, I love the solos in it, and it's just a nasty, gritty tune. What I like even more, just as much, is watching people argue about what the song is actually about. All right, so it's Brown Sugar from the first album. Because, like, you get so many people like, no, he's writing about heroin. No, he's writing about his African-American girlfriend. It's like, well, whatever, who cares? And people debate this. It's like, who gives a crap, right? It's just such a great, great tune. But again, going back to what you talked about earlier about how a lot of their lyrics to their songs had a little tongue-in-cheek nature of it. And I guarantee you they knew that this song was going to get people talking about what it's really about, right? So, I don't know.
They were excellent at that,
right? So anyway, that's my favorite too.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
Awesome. You love the first record.
I really do, but here's the thing. I think for me, the first record is really strong from top to bottom, and it's a little different because it's a little kind of darker, more bluesy. But I think it's still really gritty, and maybe it doesn't have like all those really, really memorable tunes. But like we obviously both named a lot of them. Yeah. But I think like I can listen to that first album start to finish and really, really like it a lot. And as you'll see in my honorable mentions, I'm going to kind of touch upon a lot of those tunes. But I squeezed two of them in my top 10.
There you go.
Well, in my top 11.
Yeah, exactly. Mulligan.
Sorry. All right, what do you got for some honorable mentions? Speaking of,
well, as much as I tease them about getting into Eliminator and all that stuff. One song that I actually really do like from Eliminator that was a video was TV Dinners.
TV Dinners is actually kind of
a cool song.
Yeah,
so that's one. And the song that was my number 10 until 10 minutes before we started filming this is Legrange.
Yeah.
I don't get sick of hearing that song. It's on the radio every day.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to the radio, but if you're someplace and you hear it, or it comes on in my car or whatever at home on iTunes or whatever, I never fast forward. I love it. It's a great song. It's just like, but if I have to take something out, I'll take out a song that has been played to death to get something, But
I agree with you there. I think that tune and Tush, I still can listen to both of them.
Yep.
But Legs and Sharp Dressed Man and that kind of stuff, I don't think I ever need to hear again, right? But that's still a good tune.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's got to be in a top 10. Well,
put it in your top 10.
Exactly. We don't dislike him.
Right. We don't dislike it.
We don't dislike him. So. How about, all right, so I'm just going to rattle off some stuff here. How about Going Down to Mexico from the first album? I have the whole first album on here. Somebody Else Been Shaking Your Tree, Squonk, Old Man, Certified Blues, Bedroom Thing, Backdoor Love Affair is really cool.
That's cool.
Francine and Chevrolet. Chevrolet's a fun tune, right? Barbecue, Sure Got Cold After the Rain Fell. Cocoa Blue was in my original top 10. And I got bounced at the end. I love Cocoa Blue.
That's a cool one.
Let's see. You already mentioned Jesus Just Left Chicago. Move Me On Down the Line is a lot of fun.
Oh, that's right. Jesus didn't make your top 10.
No. Oh, it was in my original.
That's a travesty.
I know. I dig it. I dig it a lot. That's my number 12. All right? Okay. That's my number 12. Have You Heard? You mentioned Nasty Dogs and Funky Kings.
Man,
how about $10 Man from Tejas? El Diablo. And how about, cool. And again, they should have done more of these. And it's funny, I was on my buddy Jeff Young's Music Without Boundaries show not too long ago, and he's been playing a lot of instrumental stuff lately on the radio show, and he was playing Asleep in the Desert from Tejas. And thinking like, man, Billy should do more instrumental stuff, because that's tasty. Right? Tasty stuff.
Fool for Your Stockings.
Yes.
That's a great song, too. That's an honorable mention for sure.
That's right. It's right there.
See?
It's right there. I Thank You.
Yeah,
I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how about Manic Mechanic?
I thought about that one.
That's a fun song.
Yeah, that is a fun song. I tinkered with that one.
Tube Snake Boogie.
That's a cool one.
Pearl Necklace is pretty cool, right? From the only one I put down from Eliminator, Got Me Under Pressure.
That's a cool one, too.
Yeah, I guess, right?
That's a cool riff.
From Afterburner, Sleeping Bag.
Yeah, man, I haven't heard that song in a long time.
That's kind of cool. Rough Boy actually has some great guitar solos on
it. It
that.
does.
Recycler, My Head's in Mississippi. That's kind of, got this kind of bluesy, metally thing going on there. Concrete and Steel's kind of heavy. But, again, a lot of those tunes on those 3 albums, they all sound the same.
They all sound the same, yeah.
And I threw a couple later ones in here maybe you haven't heard these, but Pin Cushion from Antenna.
I know that one.
Pin Cushion's great.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That's a really good tune. From the Rhythmine album, the title track is good. Bang Bang is really good. Vincent Price Blues. And then from La Futura, the most recent album, I Gots to Get Paid is a lot of fun.
I know that one, yeah.
And Chartreuse is great.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of,
coming back.
They're trying to get back to, the problem is, it's like, I think that, they're all getting up there in age, and, the song, it's a different era for songwriting, and I think, but I don't know, for me, I just love the fact that, he's got kind of fuzzy guitars going again. There's no more of those damn drum programming nonsense shit. Yeah. So, and it's kind of bluesy, so ZZ Top puts out a new record, I get excited for it, and I listen to it. So, anyway, that's what we got. ZZ Top 10 songs. I love doing this because this was fun. I like the anticipation of doing this show for all these months.
Yeah,
finally happened. Very, very cool.
Reverend Willie G, man.
Willie G, man. It's like the master of the Les Paul, although he plays all sorts of different guitars.
He is
now,
a complete badass. If you guys don't know some of the songs that we talked about, because a lot of our songs were the older, deep stuff, man, please write some of those songs down and dive in, man. Yeah, it is not the same guy or same band as the big video hits. It's a very different.
Forget
man.
all that stuff.
Oh,
forget that. That's not the real ZZ Top.
No, it is not.
That was the record company kind of guiding them down a direction to go, and like I said, made them a lot of money. Sold a lot of records and a lot of sold out tours. But that's not the essence of the real ZZ Top.
Nope.
ZZ Top at their core are a great blues band, and they didn't need all those drum synthesizers and all that kind of nonsense. We just want to hear that roaring Les Paul through a Marshall, right? Because he used Marshall, didn't he? Was he a Marshall guy?
Back then, yeah. He's all over the map these days.
Yeah, he's playing all sorts of different guitars and things. But
still Billy G, though.
He is.
Awesome.
So thanks to Butch for coming in and helping out today with a couple of cool top 10 song shows. Hope you guys enjoyed them. He will be back, so we'll be plotting more stuff. What was that show we were talking about doing? Great top album openers.
Yeah.
So start putting that together, and we'll figure out a schedule.
We can let it roll right now. You want to just keep going? I got some right now.
You got to give me some time to prepare. We want to because we got to make sure we get all the good ones, right?
Oh boy, exactly.
I'll have to go back through the shells and be like, all right,
I know.
Get that,
Yep.
So, look forward to that. So the next time Butch comes on, we'll be doing best album openers of all time. Okay, and there's a lot of great ones, and so we'll plot that, and maybe we'll do some other top 10 songs or whatever. We'll figure it all out.
Sounds good.
So in the meantime, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course. We're here on YouTube all the damn time. I had to throw that in there. For Butch, say goodbye.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys next during the week. All right. Take care. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.